Hi everyone, I hope this video finds you well. This is a video response to Al, who had a video named Hawaiian Breezes versus Tornado, I believe. He wanted to know about products that we've had or we've purchased that have not really met our standards. Now, to keep this a little bit on the upside, I'm going to give you 4 products that have not met my standard and 4 products that I absolutely live by, use every day, love, 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 love. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you is about the Back to Life. I really loved this product at first. I had a little back issue because of what I do at work, and I thought, you know, this is really supposed to be a product that's supposed to work and everybody's raving about it, but I really didn't look at it I didn't look into it as much. I was just going off the commercial. Well, they're saying everybody loves it, so I'm going to love it. So I went out and I paid the $150 or $60 for this machine, and I put it on the floor and I used it. And the first 4 or 5 days I absolutely loved it, and then afterwards my knees started hurting, then my shins started hurting, then my back started hurting, and then I wasn't getting any sleep at night, not like I do anyway. But yeah, let me show you this product. In fact, I have it queued up on my phone. I'm sure you will recognize it. Yeah. Let's talk about gently. Now what it did is basically it went up and down and kind of in a rocking manner. And so what your knees were doing was your knees were getting the brunt of the force because you had this machine right here. And so it would go up and down on your knees. So your knees were not meant to move in the way that this machine was trying to do. So my knees would start killing me. I could barely walk in the morning. I could barely walk at night. My shins started hurting. It was just crazy. And then finally somebody said, maybe it's that back machine you're using because it's not really doing anything for your back. It's basically putting pressure on your knees. So I stopped using it for 5 days and all the pain went almost away. So I returned that and said, no, thank you. The second thing I want to talk about is the Cuisinart, whatever you want to call it. It's a juicer. Now, I loved a juicer. I wanted a juicer so much, and I loved this juicer because of the power behind it. But the power behind it was the issue. You either needed 2 people to be around to juice anything, or you needed a forearm and an extra hand, and it just got to be such a joke. Now the thing is when you put your fruit of whatever choice, orange, grapefruit, whatever, and you press down, that's where the power came and it would start turning around and juicing. Well, that was great. So you would hold it, but the base was so strong, excuse me, that it would start whipping around like the Tasmanian devil. Now, so what you had to do is you hold the fruit, then you hold the base with your forearm and the other arm, hoping to goodness that it doesn't shift from you, and it always did, because at that point it would now knock over the glass that's actually trying to get the fluid, so you had orange juice everywhere. It was just really bad. I actually did a review on it. If I can find that link, I'm going to go ahead and drop it down below. The second thing I hated about that thing is this is a standard cup. This is a restaurant quality, as you can tell. Everybody has had this glass in one fashion or another. This is a restaurant quality glass. Now, this is a 12 ounce. This could not fit underneath the spout. In fact, it sat pretty much like this at all times. But I knew this was going to be big, so I went down to the local kitchen supply store and got an 8 ounce and a 6 ounce. And the 6 ounce barely was able to get underneath the nozzle just to get the fluid out. And it was just like, really? And then on top of that, I mean, granted, I understand not enough juice and juices and orange. I got it. I get it. But one orange would barely fill up a half of a 6 ounce glass. Barely. So, yeah, it would have to be a full orange to fill up 6 ounces. And normally, we're Americans. We don't take that little of food. Anyways, yeah, so it ended up like for anybody that had a drink, I would have to use literally 2, 3, sometimes 4 oranges for one glassful, and it just got too expensive. And I was just like, you know what, for all this mess, I can go to the store and go get non-concentrated stuff that you know, is just as good. So I actually still have that juicer. I think it's in the closet. I should just give it away. The third thing I want to talk about is a grill. Now this was a Ohana grill, and I thought this would be the perfect thing. It was a 6-inch by 6-inch grill, probably about 2 inches high. It was just perfect enough to warm up soups. It was good for grilled cheese sandwiches for one person, which that was great because I didn't want to warm up the stove in the middle of summer when I have the 6-inch grill. But when I purchased it and brought it home, the entire base of it was so rusted I could actually see the wiring in it. When I went to go return it back to the store that I bought it, they questioned me on how old it was. When I showed them the receipt, they were even shocked. The fourth thing I wanted to talk is about the toothbrush. The toothbrush that you mentioned that actually had the tongue cleaner on one side and the toothbrush on the other, yeah, I've actually had that. And yeah, it didn't really work. So the four things that I really, really love, and I found this Crest 3D. Now this is a vibrant mint, and it's kind of a gritty mint, kind of like Arm & Hammer. This stuff works. My teeth have just literally gone white after using this. So this I absolutely freaking love. And of course you don't have to, but I love this toothbrush. Now it looks like a standard toothbrush. This is by Oral-B. It is actually the 3D toothbrush. So it goes with this. You don't have to have it. But the nice thing about it is, yeah, it has a vibrating head just in this small little thing. I mean, seriously, that's very compact. I love this. Now, the funny story about this is when I was little, I saw a Happy Days show where Potsy was talking in the basement or in the driveway with the Fonz and his girlfriend. And Potsy went upstairs, or maybe it was one of somebody else, but one of them went upstairs and they happened to have the mirror cabinet for his bathroom open, and he started looking at the rituals of the Fonz that actually he does every day before he starts out on his day. And one of the rules was he brushes his tongue. So ever since then, I've actually brushed my tongue because of the Happy Days commercial. I had no clue. I mean, I'm sitting there, I was probably 10 years old or something, and I'm sitting there thinking, brushing your tongue, so every day now I brush my tongue. But when they came out with this oral brush, this is the same one that you've seen ads all over YouTube, and this thing really, really works. I'm not going to do my tongue right now because I haven't brushed my teeth in about 2 hours, but I'm afraid of what might come off of it because I have eaten. So this thing, it works. Seriously, it works. And now they're coming out with different colors other than blue and red. And the fourth thing I have lived by since I was a little girl, good old-fashioned Vaseline. I put it on my elbows, I put it on my hands when they're dry, I've put it on my lips, I have it on right now. Literally, I have a friend that puts it all over her face, and her face is so super smooth. I freaking love it. So yeah, those are my 4 good things and 4 bad things. Anyways, guys, I will talk to you the day after tomorrow's yesterday. 9 minutes. I'm so sorry. I guess you'll never get that 9 minute back. Good night.